Don't know where to sell your Ayatan sculptures you have obtained while playing Warframe? I'm Tipsy, and today we'll be going over how to actually sell your Ayatan sculptures for some quick endo. So what are Ayatan sculptures? Ayatan sculptures are basically treasures you can find and obtain throughout Warframe in certain tile sets or as mission rewards for certain stuff. These can be then infused with these Ayatan stars as you see here and be plugged in to actually up the value of endo you get when you sell these Ayatan sculptures. You can sell them to Marrow at the bazaar in Warframe, and you can basically get a little bit of quick endo by doing this. Alternatively, you can also use these as decorations, or they can be traded to other players, so you might actually use them to sell them for a little bit of plat if that is what you want to do. But basically, to actually see your Ayatan sculptures, go to the mod console right here and click the Ayatan sculpture tab. This will then take you into the Ayatan tab where you can see all your Ayatan stars and all your sculptures. This is basically the place where you will be going if you want to upgrade or infuse your Ayatan sculptures and actually make them be worth more endo, as to say. So just go in here, find your Ayatan sculpture you have, and then you can click on these little spots you see, and you can actually install them with the stars. This will then up the value of endo you get, and you can basically use this to actually up the value a lot, and this will then turn the Ayatan sculpture into a piece that is worth a lot more endo, and you can then sell it. Also, a little notice, you will have to click them before MR10. After MR10, you unlock this little button as you see here called auto install. The auto install button basically just allows you to one-click install all the endo in the sculpture, so you don't have to go around and click the few dots. So yeah, that's basically what the Ayatan sculptures actually are. So you might be asking, where do you get these Ayatan sculptures? They can be like a little bit hard to get early on if you don't know where to get them, or you might just pick them up randomly, like running throughout the game. Hunting for the Ayatan sculptures and picking them up manually can be a little bit tough if you actually don't have access to the Oracle Eye or the Golden Instinct yet. These are like things that will help you like locate where the sculptures are in normal missions, even though they only have a 1 to 7 chance to actually spawn Ayatan treasure in like normal tile sets. However, there are other ways of actually obtaining them, and they are not that hard to come by later in the game. You will just passively be getting them by doing like different weeklies and stuff. But one of the things you can actually do if you want to target farm this in a weekly is go to Marrow's Bazaar and actually choose the weekly mission. This mission takes you on a mission where you have to find the treasure basically as the objective, and you go in, get the treasure, and then extract. This will guarantee you a treasure every week, and you can fill this up for like a little bit of endo. Other ways of actually getting these are aberrations, where you can actually get a random drop in one of the rotation with a small percentage of actually getting a sculpture while just running the apparitions. There's also doing the sorties or Archon hunts, where there's a 28% drop chance at the end of the third mission to actually obtaining a sculpture. So there's a few different ways to getting sculptures, and later on in the game you're basically just gaining them passively by doing like content here and there. But if you really have to get them early on, the easiest is probably just go into the weekly Marrow trader. Later on in the game you have the apparitions and the sortie and Archon hunts and so on. So there's a few different ways. There's also some extra things I'm not gonna touch in on, but you can also get them through other stuff in the game. So after you have gotten your Ayatan sculptures, you actually have to get the Ayatan stars to actually infuse them and get the endo worth out of it. So you have probably already ran into some of these stars before, and they will just drop from basically any containers or storage lockers in the game. You have to pick these off manually, so go over and press X on them to actually pick them up. You will just come by these doing basically anything in the game while destroying like content. So simple as that. That is basically how you obtain the Ayatan sculptures and infuse them. So now you probably want to sell them. You can also go sell them to other players, of course, on the marketplace. I would recommend Warframe.market, but that is up to you to do. Otherwise, if you just need the endo, go into your Ayatan tab right here and click Visit Marrow down in the button. You can also find Bazaar on the minimap or the navigation map if that's what you want, but it's just quicker to, if you already are in the Ayatan tab, just click here and go. Once you are here, you can just go talk to Marrow and click the option here, Extract Endo from my Ayatan items. If you don't see this option, just click the Ayatan sculpture line, and you will then get access to open up the other dialogue. So if you don't have access to the Extract Endo tab yet, just click the Ayatan sculpture tab, and you should have access to everything after that. So once you're in the extraction tab, remember to choose the Ayatan stars you actually have infused. Those are the ones you see with little icons underneath the thing. These just show how many Ayatan stars you have infused in the sculpture. So only choose the things you have already infused. I would not recommend selling anything that isn't infused yet, or selling the Ayatan stars alone. So always infuse your Ayatan sculptures before actually selling, and don't go out and sell your normal Ayatan stars, as you will need these to fill in or infuse them to actually get the full worth out of these. So as simple as that, that's it. That is how you get your Ayatan sculptures, infuse them, and actually sell them for a good bit of endo. Especially early on, 3000 endo is a lot, and you can probably get this very early on if you just go and do the weekly. This will help you a lot to just get the mods up to like a decent area early in the start chart, so you don't have to worry about much early on with the endo. Of course, if you're gonna max out your mods later on, you're gonna have to have a lot more endo, but early on I definitely recommend just upping your mods mods to a point you actually are comfortable upping it to, because after a certain point it will get very expensive, and this could take you back and like upgrading other mods. So just don't go full on one mod. Try and like differentiate between different mods, so you have like multiple mods at a decent level instead of having one high mod and every other mod is low. But yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment. That would be very much appreciated. We also do have a Discord down in the description, so feel free to join that too. And yeah, if you want to join my dojo, we also do have that right now. And that's about it. See you in the next video. Peace out.